Welcome back to 5 Minute Road Trips. I'm on Jura and I'm all set for a West Coast adventure. Jura is the 8th largest island in Scotland, and even though it's the 8th largest, only about 200 people live here year round. But the main inhabitant is the animal that I'm here to see. There's about 6,000 to 7,000 red deer on Jura, and there's so many of them that they outnumber the locals by 30 to 1. I'm just going to pull into this lay-by here and we'll be able to have a look at the red deer that are all on this hillside. Let's have a look. There's a few big lads in a bachelor group just hanging out there, sunning themselves by the heather. Really impressive, chunky guy staring down at me. There's a couple of hinds a bit further away. So these guys look like they're fairly young. So let's go and see if we can find the boss. And because Jura is home to so many deer, it didn't take long to find him. Well, I think I found him. Check that out. Now, how's that for a stag? Doesn't care at all, he's just scoffing. He's only about 5-6 meters away from the car. You can actually hear him pulling up all the grass. Happy day. Heading west, I passed more hungry stags that were down on the beach feeding on kelp. So it's time to continue my West Coast adventure, and I'm jumping on the ferry over to Islay. After a quick 10-minute crossing, it was time to head south and onto one of my favourite beaches. Get a move on though, mate, otherwise it's going to be another almost 6-minute road trip. The main reason I stopped here is just off the coast, there's a few rocky skerries and there's some harbour seals all hauled out, taking it easy, having a nice snooze between dives. Oh, a golden eye's just popped up. Look at that. That's the male. That male looks really smart. He's got that nice dark green head and obviously that striking, beautiful golden eye. Great northern diver, just bobbing about in front of the beach. Oh, she's got a crab. Nice. Just having a little preen as well. Lovely. And a family of whooper swans, which would have migrated as a family group, so you can see some of the juveniles in there as well. And this family would have travelled down from Iceland to spend the winter on the slightly warmer, snow on the beach, Islay, before travelling back north for the spring. Brilliant. Leaving the swans to it, I was off to make one final stop, not far from the RSPB's Loch Gryniot Reserve. Just pulled over. That is big. That, oh, it's a golden eagle. That's a golden eagle. Look at it. It's a juvenile, still got some of the white coloration on its wings and on its rump. There's some hooded crows going for it. They're not happy that it's about. Or maybe there's a carcass out there that I can't see. But just look at the size of that bird compared to the hooded crow. Absolutely enormous. Oh, it's gonna come down and land. Look at that. It's landing. It's probably about 400 or 500 meters away. Out behind that gate. Oh, it's taking off, it's taking off. Staying really low. Look at the speed on that. It's like, its wings are nearly touching the floor. Some curlews have just gone up. Hang on, there's a second eagle. Is that another goldie? Nope, that. I've got a juvenile sea eagle as well. Ah! The sea eagle's coming a little bit nearer and it's just flushed up some ducks, some widgeon that have gone up, but it's not bothered about ducks. But it is a bit bothered about those hooded crows. Go on, look at it. It's like an aerial dogfight from a monster of an eagle to a little yobby hooded crow. That eagle's not happy. Go on, get him, get him. Oh, that's pulled out. Hang on a second. You're not gonna believe this. I have an otter. I've got an otter. I've got 2 eagles, and then I'm just looking to these ditches in the fields here, and it's barely coming up. but I've got, I think it's a male otter, it's quite big. And it's just using these little ditches to travel through the wetland. You've got to be kidding. Golden eagle, white-tailed eagle, and an otter. This has got to be Scotland's best lay-by. Unbelievable.